Here with the Curwensville Golden Tide head coach Jim Thompson. Jim, why don't you go ahead and introduce who you've got with you here today?
We got Trenton Geyer, Ethan Siegel, and Blaine Whitaker.
Guys, the ICC, you guys have been in the league now a couple years. It's changed kind of the format going into this year a little bit. First of all, just talk a little bit about being in the ICC and what that's been like.
Being in the ICC is a little bit more fun, I think, because you're kind of playing local teams, like some of the guys you know from other schools around our area. You don't really, you do have to travel far sometimes to get to the games, but it's pretty much pretty local. And it's a lot of just schools like us, and I just really enjoy it.
What about the new format this year, Coach?
Yeah, we added a couple new teams in, and so they've got two divisions now. We end up playing a couple crossover games, kind of like what Ethan was saying. We play all of our local schools here, like West Branch, Bow Valley, Glendale, and then we pick up some farther games like Myersdale, and I think Windber's the other one in Claysburg-Kimmel. So you get a mix of local games, but you have some games where you have to travel a little bit too.
Guys, when you look at your team, who's a name that maybe people haven't heard of that you think will really stick out this year?
I'd definitely say Tyler Dunn. Not that he didn't go unnoticed last year, but he stepped into a lot bigger role that I think he's going to fill rather well. So I'd definitely say him.
What does Tyler play?
I believe he was like a receiver and kind of a safety-ish last year, but now he's stepping into a quarterback role since Standing, of course, graduated last year. And he's smart and he's athletic, so I think he's going to fill it pretty well.
Grady Hoyt. He's an offensive and defensive lineman. They haven't seen the field a lot, but this year he's our starting nose tackle.
I think Braden Holland, our running back, is going to have a great year this year. He's been working hard, and I think his time has finally come for him to step up and be a big player on our team.
You know, we talked about being in the ICC, but what challenges does that present come playoff time? Obviously last year you didn't get that opportunity, but 2 years ago you went up to Smethport. You're seeing teams that you haven't seen. Now, obviously they haven't seen you either, but what kind of challenges does that present, Coach?
It's unique because in the past you almost always have played the teams at least one time in the regular season before you see them in the playoffs. But like you said, it can be an advantage as well because neither team really knows each other. Sometimes, you exchange film through huddle and everything, and so there's not really anything schematically that you can hide, but the physical stuff you don't really know until you step out on the field a lot of times.
Guys, is there a favorite road venue that you have to play in, or for you, coach in?
I don't really have one. Riverside Stadium is my favorite place to play. So.
Yeah, that's definitely the favorite place to play. I would say we got an opportunity when I coached in DuBois to play a couple stadiums. That was probably the most unique with the city in the background of Pittsburgh and just the setup. That was probably the most unique place outside of being at home.
How much of a home field advantage does Riverside give you guys?
I'd say it's pretty unmatched. I've never played at a field that you get like that much support from your own fans. It's a completely different feeling that you get nowhere else. So I'd say it gives us a huge advantage when we play at home.
I would agree with that.
Thanks, guys.